Hey guys, I bring to you some potentially amazing news. An arrest has been made in the Idaho 4 murders. An arrest has been made. It is confirmed an arrest has been made. Twitter is talking about a particular person. So we've potentially got a name, but that's just according to Twitter, right? So I am going to share that name in a minute. But let's just be very, very careful with how we do this and say that an arrest has been made, 100% confirmed. However, the name I'm going to share and the picture I'm going to share has not yet been confirmed. But there is a press conference, which I will be live streaming, okay, which is 1 p.m. Pacific time, which is 9 p.m. UK time. So whatever that is in your time zone, work it out. The reason why I'm doing this stream a little bit early is because I'm having to stream at the moment off a different computer because I broke my laptop this morning. I stood on it. I stood on my laptop and the screen has broken. So this is a test just to make sure that this computer is streaming okay, the sound's okay and everything. So if you can just let me know that the sound's okay, and then I'm good to go when the actual press conference starts. So I'm not going to be on very long in this particular stream, but as soon as I finish this stream, then I'll put the scheduler up for the next one. So that'll be 1 p.m. Pacific, and that's 9 p.m. My time. So I think that's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern, and whatever that is in any other time zone. Sound is good. Good. That's great. Good stuff. This technically is a better computer than the one that I normally use, but I don't normally use it. Anyway, that's good. All right, so an arrest was made. Let's just give some details here from the mainstream media. Let me just share the old screen here. Here we go. So from the mainstream media, suspect in custody in killings of 4 university students, law enforcement source says. Authorities have a suspect in custody. It's a man in his mid-20s who was taken into custody by local police and the FBI at 3 a.m. in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He's a college student, but does not attend the University of Idaho. So all of you guys who've been saying Jack D did it or Jack S did it, doesn't look like you were right. So I don't know what to tell you. But it absolutely means that the video that I made earlier today is also null and void, because my theory that I was kind of going with, my first theory was the frat boy theory. I was thinking the frat boy theory is the most credible. It's possibly Occam's razor. And then my second was this was somebody known to the students who were murdered, but wasn't an inner circle person, but could be a student, but could equally be somebody who has been in the area staking the place out. So, yeah. Angel talks too fast. Can I email you one set of court documents? You can. My email's in the description box of every video, but people just miss it, so I'll type it in. I'm not very good at checking my emails. I only generally check them when somebody asks me to. So I'll have about 4 million emails. Let me just check that I've spelled that right. Yeah, I have. So yeah, you can email me. I'm not promising that I'll wade through There you go. Trixie Star did it quicker than me. I'm not familiar with this keyboard. This keyboard's stressing me out because it's a slightly different size than my other one. So it's stressing me out. Okay, so who is this person? Well, Twitter believes that they know who this person is. Now, bear in mind, this is not yet confirmed by law enforcement. But Twitter are naming this person as Brian Kohlberger. Brian Kohlberger. So people are stating this as fact. I want to be very, very, very careful that until the press conference, until we know absolutely the information from law enforcement, everything else I'm being very tentative about. Okay. So, Anne, it's not alleged that there's been an arrest. There has been an arrest. There has been an arrest. Law enforcement sources have confirmed that there has been an arrest and there is going to be a press conference at 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. my time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and then whatever it is in your time. Okay. The news is stating his name. Yeah, well, again, I'm just very, very, very cautious, right? Until I hear it from law enforcement's mouth, I'm saying that this name is alleged. And the picture that I'm going to show you is also alleged. All right. This is the person that is being alleged. Now, this is just a random website, heavy.com, who's got this breaking news. This is the alleged killer. Alleged killer. But apparently Philadelphia News are reporting on it. It's on News CNN, says Linda. Okay. Well, well, it could well be that they have got the inside scoop. It could well be that Brian Kohlberger is the guy. However, I want to hear the name and see the face from law enforcement. Until then, I am saying this is alleged. Whatever anybody else says, I'm saying this is alleged until we've had that press conference. So let's read this anyway. So Brian Kohlberger is the alleged suspect. He's a criminology graduate student who is accused in the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students. So according to this, he's a criminology graduate. According to this, Angel Talks Too Fast has sent me his court documents. Okay. All right. Just a second. So he's 28 and first confirmed by WPVI, a Philadelphia news station. The accused man's full name is Brian Christopher Kohlberger, according to News Nation reporter Brian Entin. Oh, Brian's reporting on it. Oh, well, it must be true then. It must be true then. Brian doesn't normally get things wrong, but I'm still going to say it's alleged because I don't want to get sued. All right. So Brian is reporting on this. Brian Christopher Kohlberger, courtesy Monroe County Correctional Facility. Arrest paperwork filed in Monroe County, Pennsylvania shows 28-year-old Brian Christopher Kohlberger is being held for extradition in homicide investigation in Moscow, Idaho. On my way to Pennsylvania now. Oh, Brian, bless him. He gets everywhere quicker than everybody else. How does he do it? How does Brian do it? Right? How far is it from Moscow, Idaho, to Monroe County, Pennsylvania? Can somebody just do the math for me? Get up Google Maps while I get up my emails. Court documents. Here we go. All right. Here we are. Thank you so much. Angel Talks Too Fast has the goods here. Thank you so much. Right, just let me, I have to change the way that I share my screen because YouTube, not YouTube, StreamYard is annoying. All right, do you want the court documents here? Right, this computer, can you see that? Can you see that? Yes, you can see that. So this is courtesy of Angel Talks Too Fast. Well done for getting these super quick. All right, so Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Brian Christopher Koberger. What's this for? All right, state to state, awaiting extradition. Okay, doesn't say what he's arresting officer. Let's just read it all. Arresting officer Justin M. Leary. Okay, waiting extradition. Extradition start time. What's this? Calendar events. So 3rd of January is going to be extradited. Does that mean? So there'll be a court. Help me understand this. So does that mean that there'll be a court hearing on the 3rd of January starting at 3:30 p.m. Presumably that will be Pennsylvania time to extradite him. Did I read the title correctly? You did indeed, Melvin. You did indeed. Relvin, sorry. A man has been arrested. We are looking through his court documentation right now. Right now. So from Moscow, Idaho to Monroe County, Pennsylvania, I'm being told in the chat that it's 2,600 miles. So that's a lot of driving. So I'm hoping that he's getting a plane. I'm hoping he's getting a plane. Thank you, Karen, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Secret Agents Club. Go to charges, Michelle. I can't wait. I'm just going through it all. This is the first time I've read this, right? So Monroe County Prison, Correctional Facility, defendant, charges. Okay, what's his charges? Arrest prior to requisition. Okay. What does that mean? So we've got order denying motion to set bail, order granting extradition, original papers received from lower court. So we haven't got anything at the moment regarding charges. Nothing at the moment regarding charges. Yeah, only grands. I agree. I hope the people that were trashing Jack yesterday learned a valuable lesson. People never learn. People never learn. Every single case, I say the same. People never learn. We had the same with Kylie Rodney. People still believe that Sammy Smith did it or that Jagger Westfall did it. Still believe that there's a case to answer. Athena Strand, very recently, 7-year-old girl alleged murdered, but he's confessed, so murdered by the FedEx driver. What did they do? What did they do? And it was only a very short time. Every time I do a live, I start coughing. Oh, I don't know whether it's this room or something, as I don't normally use this room. It might be dust, because I'm allergic to dust. Maybe it's telling me I need to clean this room. It's just a nice little room for live streaming in, but there's just a lot of junk in it. So presumably there's also a load of dust. So we've no charges on this documentation as of yet. So we do have to wait. We do have to wait for the presser. To get any more information, we have to wait for the presser. Well, yeah, in Athena Strand's case, they absolutely trashed the stepmother and the father. Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. So this is the court documentation we've got at the moment, but nothing regarding charges. So there's that. I'm going to go back to Twitter, see what Twitter's saying. But thank you, Angel, for finding that. It's very useful. Very useful. I'm going to go back to Twitter and see what they're saying. Let's refresh. Let's refresh here. Okay, so I think everybody's just going to be saying the same thing. Do you know what? Do you know what, guys? I heard a rumbling this morning that an arrest had been made, and I ignored it. I ignored it. So that one must have been kind of late morning my time, maybe more like lunchtime my time, and I saw this little piece of information that an arrest had been made, and I went to Twitter, I went to Google, and there was nothing. There was nothing. So I ignored it, and then I got busy doing other things. So I should have taken more notice. But you get that much superfluous information and rumors that unless I see it actually confirmed by, credible news outlets, then I ignore it. I ignore it. But this time, possibly, it was true. We've got some new members here, so I'm going to say hello to everyone. Relvan, welcome. Suzanne, welcome. Who else have we got? Sadie, welcome. You're all now proud members of the Secret Agent Club. And Sasha, who's been a member for 9 months. Yeah, great work. Great work. Okay. Let's see what. Who's going to be the first YouTuber web sleuth to come out and apologize for naming the wrong person as 100% guilty? Yeah, I mean, in my comments just today, I've had Jack D definitely did it, 100%. I've had Jack S definitely did it, 100%. I don't know what to tell you guys, honestly. I don't know what to tell you. Daughter of Scotland, member for 17 months. Wow. You must be one of my longest serving members. I didn't even know I'd have memberships for that long. But the arrested person is not Jason Elkins. The arrested person is not Jason Elkins, whoever that is. It's not. It's not. The media is reporting. So we've not had the press conference yet. So even though Brian Entin has said it, I'm still saying this is alleged, but we've actually got the court paperwork. So rewind about 5 minutes from this stream and I had the court paperwork up. But arrest paperwork filed in Monroe County, Pennsylvania shows 28-year-old Brian Christopher Kohlberger is being held for extradition in a homicide investigation in Moscow. So who is going to apologize first? What about all of those people who blamed Michael Vaughan's parents? Let's talk about that for a minute. What about all of those people to be fair, I'm just going to turn my emails off because it's pinging at me. That's why I never check my emails, because they ping at me and then I turn them off and then I never look at them again for another 3 months. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Now, it's only a small number of people, small number of YouTubers, small number of Twitter people who mercilessly went for Tyler, Brandy, and Grandpa Bob and anybody else in the family that they could think to have a go at. Let's talk about that. Because I said when arrest was made, Sarah Wanderer's arrest was made, I said, when are these people going to apologize? You know, when are they going to apologize? Because, well, the YouTube people who talk this shit about Michael Vaughan's parents, I don't see them on YouTube because YouTube has a nice little function and it's just on that drop down menu and it says not interested in this channel. And if you click that, it doesn't show you anything from that channel. It doesn't suggest any videos from that channel. So my life is nice and quiet because I use that function. And also on Twitter, you can do that. You can mute people on Twitter so that you don't see what they're spouting about, you know, if Twitter wants to suggest it, you know, because it's, I don't know, it thinks it's got a same hashtag that you're using or something. I mute those people. So I asked in all seriousness, when Sarah Wanderer was arrested, I said, are these people apologizing? Have they apologized? And I've been told, no, they haven't apologized. They've doubled down. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Army Mom, for the $9.99 super sticker. That's very kind of you. And thank you, Sherry, for the $10. That's very kind of you as well. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So I don't know that these people are gonna apologize. I don't know that these people are going to apologize at all. I would, if I'd said this person is guilty, then I would be the first person to come online and apologize. Because you can't have the responsibility of talking about true crime. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to everybody when I say this, not just creators, but also viewers, right? If you're commenting in chats or commenting in comment sections or commenting on Facebook or wherever you're commenting, right? You all have the responsibility. I do as a creator, you do as a viewer and a creator if you're that as well, right? Because I'm also a viewer. You have a responsibility to the people that you're naming and shaming who invariably turn out to be innocent. So, guys, just please, I'll implore everybody once again to be very, very careful who they blame. It's great to have theories. Theories are great. I go with theories all the time, right? I had 3 theories in this case. The frat boy theory, the stalker theory, and then the kind of outsider but knew them a little bit theory, right? Kind of watching the house, more like kind of theory. You know, that there wasn't one target. There wasn't just one target. There was, you know, targeting a house because of the kind of people that the people in that house represented. So I had those 3 theories. My first theory, I'd kind of got them in order, kind of frat boy, watching the house theory, and then stalker theory. Those were my 3 in that order, loosely. But I was kind of just edging frat boy theory in there, but I hadn't named anyone. I'd been using initials, and I'd been saying that this 4chan post that had come out could well be very detailed, but could well be a lie, or it could be somebody's opinion. So doing that, that's fair enough, right? You're talking about things that are out there. You're talking about things that are doing the rounds, but you're doing it in a respectful way, and you're doing it in a way that isn't gonna name and shame people, name and shame individuals, because you just don't know. You can't say this person is 100% guilty. You can't. You absolutely cannot say that. You can say you find them suspicious, but when there's evidence to the contrary, then you've got to change your theory. You've got to. Karen Boardman, welcome to the Secret Agents Club. Welcome to memberships. Irene, thank you for the $5 and the dancing avocado. Liplock no more, hello. Thank you for the $10. I hope you'll be bringing us the presser. I certainly will. I certainly will. Yeah, this is just a test stream for those of you just coming in. This is, well, I wanted to bring you this news anyway, but I brought my laptop this morning. I stood on it and I've broken the screen, so I'm going to have to get the screen fixed. So I'm streaming to you now from a laptop that I don't normally use for streaming. So I had to just make sure that the sound was okay and things, you know, so there's that. Exactly, Pink Volo. The speculation is one thing, but accusing is another. Absolutely. And there's a way to speculate as well that doesn't get people in a situation where they think that you, even though you're not directly, that you think that that person is guilty, and then they take the law into their own hands. Do you know what I mean? You just got to be careful. Thank you, Geraldine, for the €5.99. That's very kind of you. It's very kind of you. And Jackie for the $5. Thank you so much. So this is and Brenda. All the $5 are coming out now. Thank you, Brenda, for the $5. Yeah, so this is the person that the media are naming, and this is the person that that we've got the court documents of now. So for those of you just coming in, I'll put the court documents back up in a minute. So you can see a scratch even in this shitty photo. I don't think that's going to be a scratch from the murders, is it? I can see a scratch as well. But doesn't a scratch heal in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, however many weeks it's been? But this is the face. This is the face of the man who has been arrested on suspicion of the murders of Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana. His name is Brian Christopher Kohlberger. Thank you, Jazz King, for the $5. Very kind of you. What's this say here? So there's a PhD student by the same name listed in the Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology at Washington State University, which is a short drive across the state line from the University of Idaho. Messages seeking more information were left for officials at Washington State University. So don't know whether that's a coincidence. Could be a coincidence. Could be two Brian Kohlbergers. We don't know as of yet. These are just things that are coming out on Twitter. What we do know, absolutely, definitely confirmed, is that an arrest has been made. There is a press conference at 1 p.m. Pacific. That's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and that's 9 p.m. my time. I will be streaming it. As soon as I get off this live, I'll put the scheduler up for the presser, so you can just come back later. It looks like he's got a shiner on his eye, does he? Yeah. But you've got to remember, maybe it was an injury that's healing. You've got to remember that from November the 13th, would you still have injuries? Would they have healed? Yeah, Sally. Any scratches or black eyes will absolutely not be from weeks ago. Most likely during the arrest if he resisted. Yeah, that sounds more like it. That does sound more like it. Thank you, Joshua, for the $10. That's very kind of you. People are being very generous today. This guy's a real creep. Well, yeah. Yeah. So we don't know whether that's true. PhD student by the same name is listed. Washington State University. Could be true, but we don't know as of yet. We don't know as of yet. Okay. More pictures of this psycho. I probably thought he could get away with it. Oh, all right then. So Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology. Do we think this is the same guy? Hold on. I'm going to put them side by side. Just a second. Because what I don't want is for people to be sharing this guy from Washington State University and it not be the right guy. It might just be a namesake. So let's put the two up side by side. Just a minute. Let me. Oh, this computer. I'm going to have to just do them on my desktop. Oh, it's annoying. I've not got any software or anything on it that I normally use for live streaming. This is annoying. All right, so I'm going to do it like this. Just put the two pictures up side by side. All right, so that's Brian Kohlberger that we know. And then that's the guy, a graduate student from the Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology at Washington State University. Do we think this is the same guy? It does look like him. It does look like him. Sure looks like the same guy. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. I mean, I don't know. This guy looks older on the right, but it could be just that I've zoomed this in, and it's same ears. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like him, doesn't it? Like he's got a bit of a crooked nose there. Looks like he's broken his nose at some point. I've got a nose like that because I've broken my nose. I don't know whether we can see fighting, by the way. It's a if that's not the same guy, then he's got a doppelganger of the same name. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Check the scar in his eyebrow. Well, we can't see a scar on this because it's just so heavily pixelated. It's so heavily pixelated, we can't tell whether there's a scar. Interesting that as a criminal justice student, maybe wanting to experience it for himself. Yeah. Minnie says, no, different guys. This guy looks older, in my opinion. But I don't know. I mean, very, very similar. But this is the guy from Washington State University that people are saying is him. So I guess we need to wait and see on that one. I guess we just wait and see on that one. See, that one, he looks different on that picture as well. It might just be one of those people who looks different depending on it. Like, they're just different. I don't know. And then that's his mugshot. Save his mugshot. All right. So for those of you who weren't in here when I showed you the court documentation, let's show you that once more. Where did I save it? Where did I save it? Oh, I hate using a new computer. Is it my downloads? What's all in my downloads here? My son's been using this computer as well, so there's just everything everywhere. Hold on a minute. I'll get it back from my emails. This is what you shouldn't do when you get a new computer. Oh, I didn't save it. I didn't even download it. I just got it out of my emails. Hold on, I'll just download this. What are you doing, Cassie? Cassie's climbing on my knee. On my back, rather. I don't even know how to download it on this computer. Oh, I'll do it in a minute. All right, hold on. Hold on, I'll do it after. All right. All right, so this is Brian Kohlberger's court documentation. So arresting officer was Justin Leary. He's got an extradition hearing on January the 3rd, 2023 at 3:30. After which time he will be extradited to Idaho, but currently he's residing in Monroe County Prison. Denied bond. Charges at the moment, we don't know what he's charged with. Charges just says arrest prior to requisition, so I don't know what that means. So we're going to have to wait for the presser on this. So this is his court entries so far. Order denying motion to set bail. Order granting extradition. These were all today. And then original papers received from lower court. How is he connected, Sarah? That's a very, very good question. We don't know. We do not know. We do not know how he's connected. If what's been said on social media right now is true, it means that he's not a University of Idaho student. Can he be arraigned without charges? I don't know whether that was an arraignment or whether that was something else. I think that would have been an extradition hearing. So that technically might not have been an arraignment, because I don't think you can be arraigned without charges. But there may be charges. There may be charges, but just not set out in that court documentation, because that's regarding his extradition. So at the moment, we've got to wait. We've got to wait for the press conference. Press conference is 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. UK time. And then whatever else is your time zone. As soon as I get off here, which will be soon, I'm going to set the scheduler up for the press conference. I'll be coming back in a couple of hours to stream the press conference. I will be streaming it, yes. I will definitely be streaming it here. All right. University of Washington, Pullman is only 8 miles away. We don't know as of yet, right? We're only hearing from sources that are not law enforcement. I'm just being really careful. Just being really careful at the moment. We're hearing things on social media and in the news saying that he's a criminology graduate student, even a PhD student from the University of Washington, Washington State University, which is it's very close. It's only just over the state line. If that's the case, they may well know him. If it's true, they may well know him. Not like the inner circle, but they may well know him. But we don't know that as fact yet. Now, apparently there is someone called Brian Kohlberger, who is a PhD student in criminal justice at the University of Washington, and Washington State University. It looks like the same guy, but we don't know as of yet 100% that that is the guy. So what I don't want is him to have a doppelganger and to have a guy with the same name, just unfortunately, out there at Washington State University, who's just living his life, who's completely innocent, who now gets loads of hate, and it not be the right guy, right? Our guy, the guy, is in jail in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, right? So let's be very, very clear. So I think the court documentation that we're seeing at the moment that doesn't have charges on it is related to his extradition. So he won't have been arraigned yet. But there could well be charges, just not on that particular piece of paperwork. So, according to Fox News, a white Elantra was towed from the home where he was arrested in Pennsylvania. Really? Really? Hold on. That makes sense. That makes sense. Idaho 4. Oh, I hate this keyboard. I don't care that it's a much newer, better computer. I don't care. I like my old faithful. All right. I'm going to do Idaho 4 arrest. Fox News. Fox News. Why is it not giving me Fox News? Oh, well, I believe you. I believe you. It's just not coming up at the moment. Hold on, I'll do last hour. It's giving me they're giving me the information that I've already got. Maybe I've missed it in this Fox News thing. It doesn't matter, but that's interesting. Interesting. Earlobes are a key identifier. His ears look the same. It could be a relative. Could be his cousin or something. All right, see you later. I won't be. All right, I'll see you later. It's just my son going out. He posted his research questions on Reddit. Yeah, we don't know it's the same guy yet, though. We don't know it's the same guy. We don't know it's the same guy. CNN are saying criminal homicide. Yeah, but the paper that we've got, the court documents that I've got are relating to his extradition. They don't have his murder charges on. Yes, we know that a guy has been arrested in relation to the murders. So we know he's been arrested for murder. It's just that on this particular set of court documents that I've got, it's relating to his extradition. So he doesn't have his charges on, if that makes sense. What led them to this guy? Very, very good question. I'm assuming solid police work. Solid police work. I don't know that 2 have been arrested. Have 2 been arrested? Documents filed in Moscow. Can anybody send me those documents? Anybody send me those documents? Because I'll put them on screen if somebody can send me them. You heard 3 has been arrested. Where is all this information coming from, Jean? Where's all this information coming from? Yeah, you do. You do have to wonder that, yeah. That he might have just fled back to Pennsylvania thinking that everybody's, talking about Jack D. Everybody's talking about Jack D. Jack D's going to get framed. And he's just sat there laughing at all these so-called web sleuths who don't know shit, basically. Richard. Richard. Could be DNA, but if his DNA is not in CODIS, then it won't be DNA that's led them there. If his DNA is not in CODIS. We don't know that for 100% fact. News conference isn't on yet. The presser isn't until 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. my time. There might be some information about it. I'll get CNN on. Hold on. Oh, I've not even got my VPN set up on this goddamn computer. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to get my other one fixed. I can't deal. Can't deal with it. Suspect in custody. Here we go. Yes, I accept your stupid cookies. Why are you not? It's just giving me a timeline. Breaking news. Here we go. Yeah, it's not the press conference. It's just information about it. That's all. So this is CNN. So it says that the news conference is on Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, to announce developments in this investigation. So we're not missing anything. We're not missing anything as of yet. But I'm waiting to see if there is really 3 people being arrested, because is this another one of those nonsense internet rumors that 3 people have been arrested? Where's this information coming from? Why would Brian ask if anyone else has been arrested too? Brian who? Look at Brian Entin's most recent tweet. All right. Brian Entin. I am told when Idaho quadruple homicide suspect Brian Christopher Kohlberg was in custody, he asked if anyone else was arrested. I'm told he had a quiet blank stare. All right, but that doesn't say that 3 people have been arrested, though, does it? So have other people been arrested? Daily Mail posted his request for research participants. He is looking at thoughts and feelings throughout criminal activity. Yeah, but do we know that that's the guy, this guy? And do we know there might be another guy called Brian Kohlberg working at Washington State University as a PhD student? This is what I'm saying. So what we've got at the moment is we've got this guy. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. We've got this guy, who's the one that's been arrested. And then we've got this guy, who is the PhD student at Washington State University in the Department of Criminal Justice. So is it the same guy? Or does he have a doppelganger? Does he have a doppelganger of the same name who looks very similar to him? For me, it looks like the same guy, but this one looks older. But it could just be that this is highly pixelated and, you know, very bad resolution. So Relevant says it's not the same guy. I think this guy looks older, in my opinion. But it could be a relative. It could be a relative. I'm just not going to say that this is the same guy without knowing that this is the same guy. I'm not going to do that. So this is the one that's a PhD student at Washington State University, and this is the one that's been arrested. And then this is the same guy's mugshot. So this mugshot was taken today. So this is the picture today. And then this is the picture on Washington State University's website. So I don't know. It could be the same guy. It's the same hairline. It's definitely the same ears. Similar eye shape. But he looks older. It could be he's just lost some weight, actually. This guy looks a bit thinner. It could be he's lost some weight. Look at the brows. You see, I can't see the brows very well on this because it's so heavily pixelated. It's definitely the same ears. What about father and son, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, is this guy old enough to have a 28-year-old son, though? Because although he looks older, I don't think he looks that old. If he had him at the age of 16, how old would he be? So 28 had 16. Oh, he'd only be in his 40s, wouldn't he? So it could be. If he had him very, very young, it could be his father. It could be. What is he wearing? This one, a suit and tie. And this one, it's a suicide vest. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's suicidal, but they just want him in one piece, basically. Okay, all right. Reddit's on the case. Holly. Holly Undead. What a great name. Reddit says he has a brother who's a neighbour of the King Road house. Okay. Well, we don't know that as a fact, do we? Do we have information? Definitely 100%. Bulletproof vest. It looks more like a suicide vest to me, but it could be. Hold on a minute. Ethan probably broke his nose. That looks like a healed broken nose to me. I've broke my nose. How many times have I broke my nose? 2, possibly 3. Twice for definite, and then 1, I think it was just really badly bruised and wasn't actually broken. And each time it took a long time to heal. So although you might not see it from the outside, I'd want to go and wiggle his nose and say, does this hurt when I wiggle your nose when your nose isn't connected to anything? But I've got a very similar shaped nose to this. Like I was punched in the side of my head and it shattered down the side of my nose. So the bit that makes your nose like an actual nose shape on one side of mine is like a big indent. So, so I'd want to go and wiggle his nose to say, is this so? He could have broken his nose years ago. We don't know. I absolutely hope that one of them broke his nose. I absolutely hope that one of them did. That's the guy in the Elantra. Well, we don't know that that's the guy. We haven't seen a picture of him in an Elantra, have we? So it's been alleged that that an Elantra was at his home in Pennsylvania, but we haven't had that 100% confirmed either. Tell him to be the water gypsy. Don't wiggle my nose, it'll break again. Yeah. Yeah. So Brian hasn't updated. Let's have a see what's going on. I'm going to sign off in a minute, guys, because I want to set the scheduler up for the press conference. His dad has a Kia, very similar. Where's all this information coming from? I'm not really buying any of the information that's coming out so far. I'm not being funny, but there's so much that's going to come out now in the next few hours. I'm being very cautious and I'm concentrating on what we actually know versus what we think we know. And most importantly, I'm waiting for the press conference. So we know this from the court documents that there's an extradition hearing at 3:30 Eastern Time on Tuesday, January 3rd in Monroe County for Brian Kohlberger. So we knew that because we've got the court documents. Killer speaks. What's this? Dare I click it? I'm not going to click it. Might copyright strike me or something. I don't know what channel it is. Looks like someone broke his nose. Bring him, let me break it some more. Yeah, I'll break it. I'll break it. So this channel here is saying that it's the criminal justice student from Pennsylvania, from Washington State. Understood Kohlberger is a PhD college student from Washington State University. Did not attend University of Idaho. According to the college website, Kohlberger attended the college in Pullman. A white Hyundai Elantra was towed from the home where the suspect was arrested, according to NBC News. Moscow cops have been hunting that exact vehicle in the past 2 weeks in connection with the killings. So mainstream media are reporting on some things, but I want to hear it from the cops. I want to hear it from the cops. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just have a look at this and then I'm going to sign off and set my scheduler up for the press conference. So this is Fox 13. So taken into custody by local police, 3 a.m. in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Being held for extradition. We know all of that. Suspect is a graduate student at Washington State University in Pullman, according to Fox News Digital. So the mainstream media is reporting that this guy, mugshot today, and this guy are the same person. That's what mainstream media appear to be reporting. Could mainstream media be wrong? Yes, of course they could be wrong. So Jason, it's not Jason Elkins. Can we be clear? The arrested person is not Jason Elkins. Whoever that is, I have no idea who that is, but it is not Jason Elkins. It's Brian Kohlberger. When is the presser? It's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. my time. So what I'm going to be doing is signing off here in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'm going to be setting up another live for the presser, and I'll be coming back in a couple of hours to stream the presser and then discuss it after. That's what I'll be doing. So case broke open after law enforcement asked the public for help finding the white Elantra. We've got a timeline. You see, I thought something was brewing. Do you know what? I thought something was brewing when this news came out yesterday that they were clearing the crime scene, that they were going to send like industrial cleaners in to clean up all the biohazard and harmful substances that they've been using, and then they can give the property back to the property management company. I thought something was in the pipeline, but I didn't realise that it was going to be an arrest today. I just thought, oh, I think they've got a subject in mind. I think they're chasing someone. I think they're going to be building a case against someone. Little did I know that they'd probably already built that case. So where does it say about the Elantra? Where does it say it? Maybe I've missed it. Or did I read it? Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm just excited that an arrest has been made. So here is assuming that mainstream media have got it right and it's the same guy. This is his research. Hello, my name is Brian. I'm inviting you to participate in a research project that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime. In particular, this study seeks to understand the story behind your most recent criminal offence, with an emphasis on your thoughts and feelings throughout your experience. Well, you know what? If it's the same guy and he's convicted, he can now participate in his own research. Hey, look at that. He can be his own research participant. In the event that your most recent offence was not one that led to a conviction, you may still participate. Oh, well, you can still participate even before you're convicted. Additional surveys are included after the open-ended section as to best understand your unique traits. The study should take 15 to 20 minutes to fully complete. Your identity and all answers provided are completely confidential, and the link to the survey is also an anonymous link. This research has been approved by DeSales University, IRB, so I'm assuming that's some kind of ethics board. Participants must be 18, blah, 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 blah. There you go. Do you want to participate in his research? Could do. Could be a participant in his own research. All right, guys. All right, guys. No deleted from Reddit. Oh. Oh. I'm going to be saving a bit of this. I'll read these myself in my own time. So this is deleted from Reddit, is survey questions. So these are the questions that he wants people to answer. So when he's his own research participant, then he can answer those questions when he's alone in his cell. Let's have a look. Have you ever been incarcerated? Well, he has now. What age were you when you committed your most recent crime? 28. Which category best represents your most recent crime? Murder. Were you convicted of your most recent crime? Not yet. Did you commit the crime alone? Unknown. We don't know, because some people in my chat keep saying there's 3 people been arrested. We don't know. Is there an accomplice? Is there 2 accomplices? We don't know. All right. Was your life right before the crime occurred? Well, honey, you will know that. Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your home? I bet you any money he did. Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at that point. It would be very interesting if he would answer that question and let us all know. How do you travel to and enter the location? A white Hyundai Elantra. It's a 2011 to 13 model. After arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim? This, do you know what? If this is the guy, these questions are uncanny. These questions are uncanny. What was the first move you made in order to accomplish your goal? Do you know what? If this is the guy, he thought he was clever enough to get away with this. He thought that because he's a PhD student who knows all about psychology, that he was good enough to get away with it. It's super creepy, Sally. It really is. Super creepy. How did you leave the scene? Before leaving, is there anything else you did? After committing the crime, what were you thinking and feeling? Oh, you know what? If this is the guy, I'm going to have a field day with this. I'm going to have a field day with this. Honestly. It's a manifesto. That is a very, very good word for it. A manifesto. Under normal circumstances, these are the kind of questions that psychologists ask all the time, like forensic psychology, criminology. You know, there's a lot of overlap between them. I worked in forensic psychology for over 20 years. My last paid employment in a university was as a reader, which is like a junior professor of forensic psychology. And I would have had students, both undergraduate, postgraduate students, who would have asked questions that are very similar to this. But when you team this with somebody who has now been arrested for murder, it takes on a whole new perspective, doesn't it? A whole new perspective. Welcome, Jessie, to the Secret Agents Club. Welcome to memberships. Thanks for joining. And thank you, Krista, for the $19.99. That's very kind of you. That is very interesting indeed. Now, I'm going to caveat that with, we don't know as of yet for sure, even though the mainstream media is saying that he is a criminology graduate student. We don't know that for sure as of yet. Hopefully at the press conference in a couple of hours, we'll get much more details. Hopefully. Hope they televise these court hearings. So do I. So do I. So do I. But I absolutely want to be sure, before I start talking about the psychology of all of this, I'm going to have a field day with this guy, honestly. But until I know for sure that it's the same guy, then I'm not going to say any more, because it would be very remiss of me to start talking about the psychology of this guy researching crime when he's committed a murder, or he was about to commit a murder. We don't know it's the same guy. So until we do know that, then I'm going to say no more. Let's wait for the presser. Thanks for the 99 cents. That's very kind of you. It's very kind of you. Is he the sicko responsible for the slayings? Well, therein lies the question. We know that Brian Kohlberger has been arrested in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We've got his extradition court documents. If you rewind the stream, you'll see those. I showed them a couple of times. there's a Brian Kohlberger at the University of Washington. It's Washington State University. I keep saying University of Washington. Washington State University, which is only a handful of miles away, like less than 10 miles away from Moscow, Idaho, with a criminology PhD student who is a man of the same name. But we don't know as of yet, whether it's the same guy. It will be 9 p.m. UK time. My profile was spot on. Well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. But I'm going to have a field day with this guy, honestly. Once we know who we're actually talking about, once we've got some information from law enforcement, then expect some videos. Expect some videos about this guy. We don't know. We don't know anything about anything as of yet. We don't know anything as of yet. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So as soon as I sign off from you here in like 2 minutes, I am going to set up a scheduler for the press conference. So the press conference is 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time. So whatever that is in your time zone. So I'll be back to stream the press conference. So I'll be back in a couple of hours. So I'll say goodbye for now. And then I will open a new live in a couple of hours' time. So I'll see you shortly. I hope you can all come back and watch the press conference with me. I'll be maybe half an hour, set it up half an hour early so we can have a chat beforehand, watch the presser, and then discuss it afterwards. So goodbye for now. Thank you for being incredibly generous with the super chats and super stickers. Welcome to new members. Thank you to the mods as always. I'll see you in 2 hours. Bye, guys.